Hello, I'm John Fox on Channel John West. I'm having a Danganronpa Goodbye Despair Adventure. This is the second Danganronpa, as you probably know, because it's episode 58. So, the last episode and the episode before that were originally an hour long and 20 minutes long, and I had to recut them up. So this is why there's a sort of weird start to this episode, because we ended the chapter and I decided at that point, oh, I'm going to have to cut, aren't I? So let's continue, shall we? Chapter 0. Heading to the school trip. It would be wrong to say it was swaying from side to side. It was actually shaking rather intensely. The room I was in, it was shaking from side to side. The shaking was quite irregular. When you thought it was a series of small shakes, it would suddenly shake violently. And every time that happened, I'd have to steady myself with my foot. I couldn't stand up very well, but for me, it was comforting. I never thought not knowing what to expect could be so fun. I was feeling rather excited, but I figured I'd get bored of that feeling soon enough. I'm getting annoyed with that sound effect. That's what I was expecting. For me, a person who is loved by talent, detecting regularities among irregularities won't be that difficult. Ah, how boring. Do you like ships? On the other side of the dark room I heard a voice. It was clearly directed at me. Haha, you looked like you were having fun, so that's what I assumed. You do like ships, right? Ships? Ah, that's right. That's it. So this is a ship. Haha, you realised that just now? Is it really that funny? Hey, if you want, care to talk a little? The silence was starting to bore me. Instantly I saw his true character. The over-familiar attitude, the friendly smile. But under that skin I could detect a foul, offensive odour. Something like some kind of putrid slime. In a sensible way, of course. How could I put this? It was a smell exclusive to those who were already finished. Nice to meet you. I'm Nagito Komaeda. Anyway, lucky me. It's been a while since anyone was willing to talk to me, so to share a room with a person like that. Yep, I'm definitely lucky. Lucky? Ah, so that's your talent then. What a boring talent. A boring talent, huh? Well, that's exactly what it is. But for someone I'm meeting for the first time to say that so suddenly... That's because I have luck as well. Huh? Huh? Even I possess a talent as boring as luck. Possess? Huh? I'm starting to get really interested. Who are you? You're obviously from Hope's Peak Academy too, right? So you're one of us. But that's weird. This is the first time I've ever seen you. Hey, can you tell me why you're here? How did you end up here? How boring. Ah, I'm sorry, I'm often told I'm terrible at making conversation. Not you. This world. Huh? This world is full of boring people. People who lack talent stick together and oppose those who possess talent. Even though they know they're insignificant, they don't try to acknowledge their true superiors. They are profoundly desperate to drag them down to their level. You couldn't have made this sound longer. And because of these bastards, the world has come to a deadlock. This world has stopped evolving. How boring. Well, the world is shaped by the will of the majority. It makes sense that it bends to those who lack talent. That's why we're in our present situation. Perhaps, does that have anything to do with the reason you're here? Boring people make no contributions to the world. Not even a speck of dust. That's why my teachers taught me that a certain degree of selection must be performed. Looks like they had high expectations for you, huh? Oh, looks like they had high expectations for you, huh? That's completely different from me. But what are you planning... Sorry. What are you planning to do? Now that you've ended up like this, there's nothing you can do, right? Listen well. Using people is a talent too. It's now my turn to use that person, just as they used me in the past. That person? Are you talking about ultimate despair? But how? But how? I mean, they're already... I have it with me. The contribution that person left to me, even now, rests in my pocket. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm definitely lucky. I can't believe I'm speaking with someone as amazing as you. Then, will I be able to see her again? Look at his fingers. He's got long nails. Huh. And a bandage. Huh. Huh. Isn't that interesting? Will I be able to see the person I hate with every fibre of my being again? And this time, will I be able to kill her this time? The person I hate so much? Hate? Then explain your hand. This... Hang on. The end of that bandage is a woman's hand, right? Isn't it amazing? I can't move it, of course. I mean, it's not my hand after all. But even now, it still hasn't rotted. Maybe that means it's becoming one with me. Isn't it amazing? I've successfully become one with ultimate despair, my sworn enemy. I see. So you salvaged the body. You really are a boring person. I don't want you to misunderstand. Just to see her as my enemy, you know. Because she's my sworn enemy. Because I hate her so much. That's why I took her power. And for that I... Wait, huh? So, wait, huh? Do I hate her? Huh. That's strange. Huh. Look out the window. We're finally here. You're starting to see it too, right? Hang on, this is a new CG, isn't it? That's Jabberwock Island, isn't it? Isn't it exciting? I wonder what's going to happen on that island once we get there. What's going to happen? I can already predict what will happen. Huh? I already know because I am loved by talent. But no matter what happens, it's of no concern to me. I will not be able to participate in what lies ahead. Ah, really? Oh, my face stopped working. There might be a browser on. I'll turn that off. I don't really understand, but I guess we have to part ways for a while. That's disappointing. We seem to get along pretty well. Hey, can I see you again? There's no reason we'll ever meet again. After all, you are boring. Your talent, your thoughts, your entire existence is boring to me. You know there was someone who got bored of everything that was Junko, right? You really don't play along, do you? Huh. Huh? What is this? This is how we started the game. It's a door. There's a door. A door? Why is a door here? Where am I? How did I get here? Where am I supposed to go? Huh. Isn't this a classroom? But even so, it's a very strange classroom. Why am I in a place like this? I went inside the ancient ruin with everyone else. And I arrived at a place that looked like a trial ground. But then why? It's not connecting. I don't know why I'm here. It's like there's no connection between how I left the trial ground and how I ended up here. It's just like before, when we all gathered in that classroom just before we arrived at Jabberwock Island. But where is this place? Is it somewhere on Jabberwock Island?
Testing. Mic check 1, 2. This is a test of the school broadcast system. Am I on? Can everyone hear me? Okay, well then.
Welcome to Hope Speak Academy, you guys. At this point, I shall explain the graduation exam to you all. So please assemble at the gymnasium immediately.
Huh. Did he say what I think he just said? Yes, he definitely said it. He said, welcome to Hope Speak Academy. But why would this place be Hope Speak Academy? And not just that. What is the graduation exam? Isn't the killing over already? What is this? In a normal classroom there'd be a window, but instead there's this iron plate bolted here, and it's done in the old style. And I tried knocking on it with my fist. Looks like it's a pretty thick iron plate. Is this to keep us trapped? What the heck? This place, the iron plates are covering the windows inside the classrooms. Is it really Hope Speak Academy? Even the hallway doesn't feel like a school anymore. What a creepy place. At least it doesn't look like a normal school at all. It's definitely a lie. There's no way a place like this is Hope Speak Academy. Is this creepy place, the Hope Speak Academy that I admired for so long? It's probably a building that Monokuma made us to startle us, just like the funhouse. That's right. That's definitely it. Monokuma said to come to the gymnasium, right? Then I'll go. Definitely clear things up. I like that the map works. There's no entry into the hotel. Well, this is nice. The gymnasium is here, right? Alright, I'm going inside. Something might be waiting, but I'm not going to cower anymore. And so I braced myself and cautiously opened the door. This is the end. Goodbye, Academy of Despair. Wow. I wasn't prepared for what was waiting for me on the other side of the door. Oh, we skipped the middle room. It was a normal gymnasium.
Damn right.
Yo, Hajime.
Yo!
You heard the announcement and came here too, right? You guys did too?
What's going on?
Hey, what do you make of all this? Monokuma said this place was Hope Speak Academy or something. That cannot be possible.
Well, yeah.
You're right. Any way you look at it, it's impossible. Hello! How does it feel to return to the long-awaited Hope's Peak Academy?
Why, you...
Where are we? Where'd you lock us up this time?
That's...
What a shock! I just told you guys! This is Hope's Peak Academy!
Of course not!
There's no way in hell that's true!
No!
Oh, but it is! I mean, this is definitely Hope's Peak Academy! Well, what's left of it anyway? What's left of it?
What?
Didn't I tell you before? Unfortunately, Hope's Peak Academy fell to ruin.
Lies!
You were serious about that?
Stupid fool!
I don't believe it! Of course it fell to ruin. I mean, they were doing things that they deserved to be ruined for. What do you mean?
I don't like this!
Anyway, I'm pretty disappointed. I went to all of this trouble to bring you to Hope's Peak Academy, and you don't even feel surprised or nostalgic.
Fine.
Oh well, it's not like I did this for you guys. Even if you don't feel nostalgic, I'm sure someone is feeling nostalgic right now. Me! He's talking about me! Someone?
Don't fuck with me!
Enough with this bullshit, just spit it out already. Where'd you take us, you bastard? Though I am not certain of my memories, I believe we entered the ancient ruin and...
In other words...
It means I made this Hope Speak Academy between the door to the ruin and the inside of the ruin. What? What do you mean between?
Hey!
What do you mean made?
What's this?
Oh my. Are your minds getting grumblies with that only knowledge can satisfy? Are your minds getting the grumblies that only knowledge can satisfy? Better. Good. Very good. It's fine to hurry along to the graduation exam, but it's in my nature to provide a little entertainment. Entertainment? You're planning to make us do something, aren't you?
No way!
It's nothing to be so cautious about. It's not like you'll be making life exchanges or anything like that.
Shing!
It's just a simple graduation exam.
Huh?
Then what is the graduation exam?
Hey,
Well, as the headmaster, I'm conflicted, you know? On one hand, I'm really happy you're finally gonna graduate.
Are you sure about
But on
this?
the other hand, I'm worried about whether you guys will be okay in the outside world.
So,
That's why I'm thinking about telling you what the outside world is like before you make a decision. Whether you want to leave Jabberwock Island or stay here. Huh?
why?
We're obviously gonna get out. There's no way we'd stay here.
That's right.
This is annoying. Just hurry up and let us choose. Let us choose right now.
No.
You can't do that. The main cast hasn't arrived yet. Main cast?
Hey,
Meaning, you guys are just extras until the guest of honor arrives.
Damn it!
So enough complaining already. Hurry up and start researching the outside world. What do you mean? I've dispersed all the teaching materials you need for your research throughout Hope's Peak Academy. Well, I don't think this needs to be said, but all of the information is accurate and contains no lies whatsoever. Otherwise, the main cast is gonna hate me. So please, rest assured and strive to do your best during your field trip. And as usual, after leaving us with his cryptic words, Monokuma disappeared. Even if the setting had changed, even if the killing was finished, he was still the same as usual. What is going on? Outside world? Main cast? Somehow, I have a bad feeling about this.
Hey.
Like he kept insisting this place is Hope's Peak Academy. But that's impossible, right?
What are you saying?
How did we make it back to Hope's Peak Academy from the tropical island in the first place? It's impossible.
It cannot be.
There is no place for Hope's Peak Academy to exist on Jabberwock Island. I said I wanted to go back, but I don't want to go back to a creepy place like this. What does this mean? So many things I don't understand have happened on the island. This building is really a Hope's Peak Academy? Okay, I just wanna... This is the Hope's Peak Academy I've been admiring for so long. What in the world is going on? Damn it! Why is this happening? Why? I was finally able to attend Hope's Peak Academy. I finally thought I'd become confident in myself. Even so, I wanted to become Hope. If that's what you were thinking, just stop it. Okay. Because he's from the reserve course. So I probably should mention, there's a light novel set between the first game and the second game. And I found a PDF of it translated. I've read the first 3 chapters, so it does mention the reserve course group in that. But I'm not really sure what's up with that yet. I don't think it really affects the story that much, but I thought it'd be nice since I can read it. If I really am a nobody, then you should have just left me alone. Why? Why do I have to go through something like this? Hajime, did something happen? Huh?
Hey, bastard!
Now's not the time to zone out. Sorry, it's nothing. I don't really get it, but is that all?
I'm gonna do it!
As long as I don't beat the crap out of Monokuma, nothing's gonna be solved. Is that what that means?
Hey,
Just what the heck is Monokuma anyway? He's not part of the Future Foundation, right? If you say that, then what is the Future Foundation?
jeez.
Even though Chiaki and Monomi are gone, our situation hasn't changed one bit, which means the Future Foundation wasn't our enemy. That's the only thing I can think of.
You serious?
So they're not World Ender? Then we really were tricked by Monokuma.
However...
The Future Foundation is responsible for trapping us on this island, right? Regarding that matter, I believe Monomi never once denied that.
Damn it.
Even though they're our allies, they might not just be allies. Maybe Monokuma is telling us to investigate that information on our own. Chiaki said she could not betray the Future Foundation. But if she was still alive, she definitely would have helped us. No, even her just being with us would have been a big help. So what should we do?
Damn it.
Well, that's obvious. If we're going to get out of here safely, we have to do this graduation exam, right?
So annoying.
Graduation, huh? I'm not really that good at taking exams. Well, I guess it's better than people dying.
Jeez.
Monokuma said something about a field trip, right? Is he telling us to investigate like we have been?
All right.
I'm gonna do it.
Prepare yourself.
Like...
Yeah, we might be able to learn something about about Hope's Peak Academy, about ourselves. I don't care if we don't know anymore. If we can just go back to our normal lives, I'm fine.
Hey!
We can go home when this is over, right? We can finally get off the damn island, right? If that's the case, let's all leave this island alive by any means.
Of course.
Hell yes. He's right. Now's not the time to bemoan how unlucky I am. Where this place really is, what happened to Hope's Peak Academy, none of that matters. What's important is, I need to leave this island with the others. We sacrificed so many lives in order to survive, just so we could do that. There's no way we could stop now. But Monokuma should already know that that's what we were thinking. So why did he say that? We have to decide on our own whether or not we want to leave Jabberwock Island. He should already know that we'd never choose to stay on the island.
Hey.
So what we're gonna do? Can we start already? But what are we even looking for? Do we just have to investigate this weird-ass building?
Even so.
I don't think we'd find the answers to all our questions inside this damn building. Well, I'm just gonna go on ahead for now.
Whoa!
Oh, you're already going?
Jeez.
What's that idiot thinking running ahead without being cautious?
Man.
She obviously isn't thinking about anything.
However...
It will be fine. There will no longer be any situations where we must exchange each other's lives.
All right.
We should do our very best as well. Like they say, it is not scary if everyone stops at a green light. If we stopped at the green light, we'd never reach our goal.
Jeez.
Kenny already took over on her own. Might be faster if we split up and look around too. Like Sonia said, if there's no more killings, we don't have to worry about anyone betraying us anymore. Then let's get this over with and go home.
Later.
I'll go on ahead. I'll see you guys later. With those brief words, Fuyuhiko left the gymnasium.
Excuse me.
I shall do my best to obtain a wonderful clue that will be useful to everyone. Now then, please excuse me. Sonia took a deep bow, then left the gymnasium.
Oh my.
Miss Sonia!
Miss Sonia!
Miss Sonia! Please don't leave me! I'll be in danger if I'm left alone! Kazuichi chased after Sonia, who just departed and left the gymnasium. I should hurry and start too. Just a bit more. Just a bit more and it's going to end. I can escape this nightmare and return to my usual self. My usual, peaceful, everyday life. The only thing we can do to advance towards that hope, even though I don't understand, and that a lot of horrifying things keep happening, for the sake of everyone who couldn't make it this far, I'm definitely going to go home. Ooh. Ha! Huh? That's weird. This is the whole way I walked through to get to the gymnasium, but it's clearly different. Is this Monokuma's doing too? Are you trying to confuse us again? I don't know how he's doing it, but he keeps doing it over and over again. He's so persistent. But I'm not going to fall for this trap. There's no way this will make me back down. This hallway, there's a strange feeling to it, no? As if an invisible wall has been erected to limit our movement.
I am concerned.
Is it just me? Dodo. Is this a JoJo? It's full of strange things that makes me think there's no way we're inside a school. Perhaps it's a mistake to expect the inside of this building to make sense. What is this? Is this a manga? The title is Manga for Morons, A History of Hope's Peak Academy by Monokuma. Why is a manga with such a suspicious looking title laying out in the open like this? Let's start with history first, class.
Hey!
Reading manga is the third best way to learn about history. Then what's the first, you ask? That depends on the person. So just as I thought Monokuma made this, that totally explains how suspicious it looks. I really want to just ignore it, but there's no way I can do that. Fine, I'll look at it. I'll look at anything that might be a clue to getting out of here, no matter what it is. Okay, I'm trying to figure out if I recognize them. I picked up the manga off the floor and started flipping through the pages. It's an introduction to Hope's Peak Academy's history, as narrated by a cutesy character on the cover. The story begins with the introduction to Hope's Peak Academy. Hope's Peak Academy is a government-funded school of privilege where only the most talented high school students can hope to attend. Built to raise hope in the nation's future, many of its alumni are key leaders of various industries. New students are chosen for a scouting process, but the ones who scout them are Hope's Peak Academy's teachers, who serve as both educators and researchers of talent. Okay, so this is something I've learned ahead of schedule because of the book. Hope's Peak Academy isn't just a school for talent, it's also a school for researching talent as well. However, for the past few years, Hope's Peak Academy had been suffering from a decline in funding. If this persists, the Academy believes they will not be able to make progress with their research of talent, so they decided to implement a new system, the Reserve System. The Reserve Department. Unlike the main department who scouts for students, the Reserve Department utilizes a general entrance exam. Normal faculty was hired and placed in charge of looking after the Reserve Department. The expenses and exam fees for the Reserve Department are quite high compared to most high schools. Nevertheless, Hope's Peak Academy received an endless stream of applicants. Hope's Peak Academy was now available to talentless commoners, people who only cared about the brand. With this, Hope's Peak Academy managed to amass sizable funds and began further research of talent. To create Hope's Peak Academy's Ernest Witch, a true genius who would become mankind's hope. But just when they thought everything was going well, an unprecedented incident occurred. The incident that triggered the tragedy. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. That's right, it was the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. Hope's Peak Academy was crippled by this incident and was forced to shut down without accomplishing anything. The end. Huh? The ending was so sudden, like a manga that's suddenly cancelled in the middle of its run. Plus these phrases mentioned at the end of this manga, the tragedy and the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy, these names are so melodramatic. There's no way these incidents really happened, right? The manga only mentions the names, so I don't really know the details, but no, it'd just be a waste of time to wonder about things that don't make sense. More importantly, I learned something because of this manga. The Reserve Department. That department was only built to collect money. I was one of those Reserve Corps students, right?
But hold on.
Oh, that's weird. Oh, you're here again. The thing that's weird is you, of course. Huh?
Hey!
Why did you forget that you were part of the Reserve Department? The Future Foundation only took away your school life memories, right? But you should have known even before you entered that you had no talent, right? So I think it's weird that you actually forgot something like that too. What do you want me to say?
By the way...
Based on my assumption, the Future Foundation must have wanted to hide the fact that you were one of those Reserve Corps students.
I got it!
Or you willingly sealed those memories yourself. Huh? You wanted to be confident in yourself, so you wanted to forget everything that embarrassed you. You know, when humans experience trauma, sometimes they erase their memory of what happened. It happens pretty often. Not that I know anything about that, though. Are you saying it's my fault I forgot? That's not it.
Come on!
When things get inconvenient, you always get angry and try to brush it off. Well, that's expected of a reserve corps student. Damn it, what the heck? Reserve department has been added to the true bullet section of your handbook. This is the tragedy room. This is another manga. It's laying on top of the desk. This one is Manga for Morons, The Tragedy of Hope Speak Academy, huh? Wasn't the Tragedy of Hope Speak Academy mentioned in that other manga too? That's why Hope Speak Academy went bankrupt and it was the trigger for the biggest, most tragic, most awful event in human history. So, yeah, so the tragedy, there's two tragedies, okay. As I read this manga, will I be able to learn a little more about that incident? I took the manga from the desk and started flipping through the pages to see what I could learn about the event known as the Tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. This story made heavy use of outdated stylized drawings depicting characters solving mysteries. What's written here is, as the name suggests, the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy occurred at Hope's Peak Academy. The key player in that event was a student named Izuru Kamukura. Izuru Kamukura. Izuru was a genius known as a symbol of hope. Hope's Peak Academy used all their resources to develop him. Supposedly, Izuru was a genius among geniuses and possessed various talents. Wielding superior talent for hope of mankind, the Academy referred to Izuru as the ultimate hope. To protect such rare talent, the Academy completely concealed all evidence of Izuru's origins and identity. What was his name again? He's got 2 K's and a Z. Still. Because of that, most of the students at the Academy were completely unaware of Izuru's existence. But Izuru, who's known as a symbol of hope, was responsible for a horrible incident. 13 students of Hope's Peak Academy Student Council, among the Academy's best and brightest, were brutally murdered by Izuru. However, the incident did not end there. The Academy tried to project Izuru's superior talent and concealed the incident as though it never happened. However, a certain student began working in secret to use that incident to their advantage. That student uncovered what the Academy did by making that knowledge public. It stoked the fires of the Reserve Corps student who had long been dissatisfied with how they'd been treated, and the uprising began. And that heralded Hope's Peak Academy's destruction. This is the entirety of the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. Eventually that incident would lead to that horrifying, devastating incident. The incident that would be known as the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. Works cited Danganronpa 0. Okay, so Danganronpa 0 is the thing I'm reading through, and I'm told I should read it before this game. But I think reading it about the same time is fine, because I'm learning things about the same time, so I knew the reserve department was rebelling. I don't know if Zero is in the book, but it sort of sounds like that this guy isn't the ultimate lucky student. He's the ultimate hope. Because the ultimate lucky student was in the other game. And if they're in the same year, there can't be two lucky students, can there? So, and yeah, so that's basically, I guess that's a short version of the light novel. With a heavy sigh, I closed the manga. Am I supposed to believe this? There's no way 13 people were killed at Hope's Peak Academy. What irony! For a genius known as the ultimate hope to cause such a gruesome incident. A talent like that is too regal for society. It's like trying to buy juice with a bar of gold. You should be lucky that you're incompetent. Damn it, he always has to lead up to something offensive. He seriously pisses me off. But ultimate hope. Nagito mentioned that before too, but it looks like it means something completely different here. What Nagito said was the true meaning of hope. But for Izuru, hope simply means talent. More importantly, a genius who possesses various talents. I wish they'd given me one of those talents, so I didn't have to be in the reserve department. That's right, the reserve department. Here, it said the reserve course students in the reserve department began uprising. And what about me? Was I a participant too? No, it's not possible. There's no way, I have no reason to do something like that. Tragedy of Hope's Peak has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. Anyway, I learned about the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy, but the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history is a far worse incident, right? So at the start of the novel, the incident's already happened, and Junko's doing stuff in the background, so it hasn't triggered the end of the world yet, or whatever that is. What kind of incident was it? And who was this other student that isn't Izuru? What? A certain student who secretly used the incident to their advantage. Who is that? That's Junko. Which is entirely guessable anyway, but like it's pretty obvious from the tiny bit of the book I read, it's Junko. This incident is really messed up, but all it's doing is raising more questions. The mysteries just keep piling up. The biolab. What the hell is with this room? It's freaking cold in here. It's like I'm in a freezer or something. If I just stand still, I might end up freezing to death. I should hurry up and investigate so I can get out of here already.
I've been found.
Very, very quiet. Huh. Right, I'm gonna let you go. I've been John Fox and Lieutenant John of the West. I've been having a Danganronpa 2. Goodbye, Despair Adventure, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you. Thank you for watching.